Hi everyone, it's Plant Mama Tatiana and let's talk about fungus gnats. If you have been a subscriber of my channel for a while, if you've been with me since the beginning, you will know that one of the first videos I posted was about fungus gnats and how much they annoyed me, and just one of my many experiments to try and get rid of them. One of the things that I was doing in my old video was getting rid of all of the soil on a plant. When you have a lot of fungus gnats in a plant, it's really hard sometimes to get rid of them with a lot of methods. So the best thing that I thought to do at the time was dump all of the soil on the plant, shake it all out, and start with fresh soil so that there were no fungus gnats. Now, did that work? Sure, but is that sustainable when you have over 100 plants in your collection and then you have a huge fungus gnat infestation? No, definitely not. It is not sustainable. So I want to tell you a little story of what has happened, or this was happening a few months ago, and I'm proud to say that, knock on wood, the problem has pretty much been solved. So a couple of months ago, yes, it's been a couple of months, we had a really bad fungus gnat and fly problem just with the entire apartment. There were all sorts of flies. They were in the bathroom, they were in the kitchen, they were around the plants, they were everywhere. And so it was a mix of kind of like little fungus gnat flies that stuck around the soil of plants, and then we also had them just like, I don't know, around the food, maybe like fruit flies or something. It was just like very weird, and it was happening in the colder months. And so we, as an apartment, got together and we were like, we need to try to get rid of these flies. So the first thing that we did was we got yellow sticky trap paper. So I feel like these yellow sticky traps are pretty popular. I've seen them a lot online, and honestly, I just never wanted to get them because I'm lazy, I don't know, but I finally decided that we were gonna get these. There are a bunch of different types. I will put the link to the ones I got, which worked well, in the description. But yeah, you could use whatever brand or any type of sticky paper, and like there's some weird ones because these are more dedicated for plants, as you can tell. I'll pull one out. But they have like this little part that you can stick into the soil. This is still covered with the protective paper that you peel off, and that is the sticky trap, okay? So I liked these because there was a butterfly and there's a flower, really, so they're a little bit cuter. But there's some that like ribbon from the air. Again, we were looking at all sorts of fly traps because we had ones that were just kind of beyond just the plants, although I don't think the plants were helping. So yeah, so we got these and put them in a lot of the plants. Now this is kind of gross. This one was my most infested one. So what I did is I kind of like observed a lot of the plants, and I tried to notice which ones there were a lot of flies swarming around and which ones I noticed there were things crawling in the soil, because those are the like baby larva thingies of the fungus gnats. So this is disgusting, but I'm gonna show you an older one that has been in there for a while, but this was probably the most infested that I got, and this is actually the second one I had on that plant. So I don't know why, but this philodendron or pothos, whatever this is, got really bad. I'll show a close-up of it because it's hard to see the detail. It'll be all that black stuff other than the bottom. This is dirt. All this on the top, flies. And it's so satisfying. It's like kind of gross, but it's incredibly satisfying to see all of these little guys on the paper. It kind of is sad because there are sometimes you would catch them right when they, or you would see right when it caught it, and they would still be like moving and stuff. Pretty sad, but you know what? You can kind of see where some people tried to help their friends, some flies, whatever. I can't stand them, so they're gone. Also, just be careful with the sticky traps, putting them on leaves. They can be quite sticky, so you can get stuff stuck to them. So just kind of put them strategically so they're not too close to any leaves that might rip. Here's another one. So that one was a pretty severe one, and that was the second one I think I put on that because it got really bad. But this is like one that's been on this plant for a while, my prayer plant, and not as many, but still caught some. So I kind of just strategically scattered them around on different plants in different areas and different places that were kind of having problems, and that really helps to get the adult flies. The ones that are flying around in the soil, they're gonna get trapped on there and they're gonna die, which is super helpful because when they're dead, they can't really lay more eggs. However, it's not the only thing that you have to do, because guess what? You can kill the adult ones, but then if the babies are still there and they're not dead and getting caught on the fly trap paper, then they're just gonna grow up and start laying eggs as well. So comes part two. So again, I had heard a lot about this online and I just wanted to give it a try and see if it worked. I heard a lot of people talking about how well this worked and I had to finally get out there and get them myself because the problem had gotten so bad where I just couldn't take it anymore. So this is Mosquito Bits, and so it's really supposed to be used to prevent like mosquitoes outdoors and that kind of thing, but you can, and it even says it on the back, use it for fungus gnat larva control. Larvae? Whatever. It says it's a common pest problem and it happens obviously, if you don't know, when your soil stays really moist. That is just the environment that they like. They love that moisture and that's where they will lay their eggs in that first few inches, a little bit, centimeters of soil. So obviously you can do some things besides this method, which is like pretty intense, to kill them, like letting your plants dry out really like a lot between watering so they don't stay moist. Bottom watering can kind of help. There's little things that help, but like honestly doing these things is just a lot more effective if you just want to not see them at all. So what I did is you take a little bit, it says 4 tablespoons of the Mosquito Bits per gallon of water. So I have like a half-gallon watering can, so I just cut this in half, and what you do is you put that into the water and you essentially let it steep like a tea. Just like put that in the water in your watering can and have that. So what I did was I put a little bit in one watering can that was like my Mosquito Bit watering can and made that Mosquito Bit water, and then I had my regular watering can, and I started by just watering everything with this, and I did it one time with this kind of thing, or maybe twice, and I spread it out, so between like every other watering in a month or something like that. And I just did it once or twice, I can't really remember, but the second time I did it was more just to like good measure, but the first time I was watering everything, and the second time it was more like, okay, do I still notice that there's some problems now that I have the fly paper on some things? I just was like, okay, those ones clearly have problems, so I watered those as well. That's it. This was my like 1-2 punch method to get rid of fungus gnats very quickly, I would say, and very just like fast, more efficiently, and very effectively. So both of these, the cost of both of them really just like wasn't that much. The sticky trap paper, probably like 10 bucks or less. This was probably like 10 or 15 bucks. So it is a little bit of an investment, but look how much I still have. I have this full bag of this that has not been used or addressed or anything. I probably could have gotten a smaller bag, but this one might have been the smallest bag. I actually don't remember, but it's good to know I have this just part of my plant kit and my collection. When fungus gnats happen to come back, like in the warmer months in the summer, I can use this to prevent or to kill. And same with these, like this was a 48 pack, and so I still have a lot left. I could probably switch mine out more frequently, just lazy. A bit of an investment. It's not a free method like changing the soil. Well, soil, then you have to get new soil, and that's the whole thing. But yeah, this is still pretty inexpensive, a bit of an investment, but not horrible. Maybe you can share with your friends, buy a Mosquito Bit thing, and everybody gets a little bit. All right, so again, I will put links to both of these in the description if you want to check out what I got, but there are a lot of different brands and things, so whatever you get works too. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are interested in other houseplant care tips or just talking about plants in general, whether they're inside or out in the garden, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I post all things plants. I will catch you in the next video. Bye!